Okay, this is part 2 of my experience with dating again, although technically part 4, because it's like, I guess, going to be a series again. So I'll probably rename them to 1, 2, 3, 4. Same title, 1, 2, 3, 4 parts. So, once again, I'm just going to quickly show you my outfit, real quick. My outfit for today. That made me feel sick. Mew! So as you know, I'm a furry and Etherean. And considering I dress really cool, and I think I'm a cool person, into a wide range of interests, it has still been very hard for me to make friends and date. A lot of people have said, I don't understand why you're single for all this time, because you're beautiful, and you dress really good, and you seem to be a really nice and sweet person. And I'm all like, I know, right? I don't get it either. And of course I've tried to figure it out all these years. At one point I thought maybe I wasn't attractive enough. Then I thought maybe it's because people think I'm autistic and they just won't go there. Or that I'm just weird and they don't want to go there. Another is because of where I live. Another is because the people around here are shit. No offence. And nobody wants a long distance relationship, so I can't branch out. So I have tried to get into long distance relationships with people, but they're not interested, so... When I say long distance, I just mean like maybe a couple of hours away rather than immediate area. And another speculation is because I'm a carer for my mum. That was the past. I don't really believe that anymore. That was the past when me and my mum used to be on together all the time. And even when I did meet up with people, my mum used to have to be with me because we just went out everywhere together because I had to be with her all the time, being her carer and all. And she needs like constant attention. So I figured maybe that was a problem, but now things are different and I am a bit more independent now. And yes, I am still her 24/7 carer, but I still get to go out for like a couple of hours on my own. I don't always constantly have her with me. And I go out more frequently than I used to. When it was just us two going out on our own, it used to be just once a week. Now I go out a few times a week sometimes. And I feel like I do have like time to spend on another person. But obviously the universe doesn't think so, because it's just not happened for me. So at one point, I think it was during 2016 or 17, I actually came to the conclusion, and at the time I was a bit depressed, and this thought depressed me even more. I know this is going to sound horrible, but that my purpose in life was to just care for my mum, and that was my purpose in life, my only purpose in life. I thought, and like maybe the universe has decided I'm just not meant to date or have friends because I've got to just focus my entire world and life on my mum and looking after her. Now that would be really sweet, wouldn't it? It would be a really like noble gesture, and it would be like a a big sacrifice, but if I was happy to do it, it wouldn't be too bad. But unfortunately I wasn't like that. I was always the kind of person who, although I loved my mum and I loved to be with her and go out with her and do things with her, it did become a bit more of a pain in the ass the worse she got health-wise, because I really did have to be tethered to her all the time. I didn't have a lot of freedom, and I've gotten different feedback from different people. Some people thought I should have a life, and other people thought, I should look after my mum because she's looked after me for 18 years, they always say. For me, it would have been longer, even if she hadn't become disabled. It took me a while to be more independent. I never really wanted to move out, to be honest. Too scared, too chicken. So I probably wouldn't have moved out if my mum, hadn't become disabled. I probably would have continued to live at home for as long as I could. But I probably would have had to have gotten a job if I wasn't my mum's carer. If that was the case, I would just get a part-time job, because there's no way I could handle full-time work with some of the hours that I've heard people have to work for, like 12 hours sometimes, and it's like, whoa, I get exhausted easily. I would not have been able to do, that's as long as I'm up for. That's the amount of hours I spend awake, is 12 hours. So if I had to work for 12 hours, that would be my entire day. I'd have no time to do anything else. I'd be exhausted. That would just suck. So a job where I could just spend a few hours at work and then have the rest of the time to, well, rest. And have days off so I could do other things. I don't really see the point of living and just, like, spending your life just working and that's all you do. That doesn't seem to be very... Some people disagree. Some people think you should work as many hours God sends. And other people think it's not good to be just, like, spending your entire life working until you retire and doing nothing else that you actually want to do, like travel or doing activities you want to do. Like I say, even if I had days off and I did full-time work, I'd probably spend those days off sleeping and resting and recuperating. Again, that would be a life just working and then just resting and recuperating from all the work you've done. Again, that's no life. So I couldn't do that. I'd have to get part-time work or full-time work where the hours were more flexible and less. Anyway,